Homesteaders, gardeners, and cooks. My name is Jennifer. Welcome to Miles Away Farm. Thanks for joining me in my kitchen. I am making a really old recipe today for a date roll. I have a very whiny cat underneath my legs here. For a date roll. And this comes out of this 1925-1926 cookbook from the Bozeman's Women's Club that belonged to my great-grandmother and my grandmother. And I'm doing a social media post on both Instagram and Facebook where I post a page a day from this really old cookbook. It's just super fun. And in amongst all the pages of this cookbook are clipped recipes and handwritten recipes as well. And so what I have here is a handwritten recipe that was in this cookbook for date rolls. And I don't know if this is my great-grandmother's handwriting or my grandmother's handwriting. I wish I knew. I'm going to guess my great-grandmother, but not sure. And the original recipe calls for a pound of dates, a pound of nuts, a pound of marshmallows, a pound of graham crackers, and then you mix about a cup of milk or cream into it so that it sticks together enough that you can handle it, roll in cracker crumbs, and then wax paper, chill overnight. You can find similar type of recipes online for this. Mostly my motivation for making this is I cook with dates on occasion in some recipes. One of them is what I call my power balls or my sugar plums, and those have dates in them. They're a little bit like a Larabar, but I bought 2 packs of these dates because they were on sale, forgetting that I already had a whole quart-sized jar of dates. So I have a lot of dates on hand right now. And so I thought, why not? Might as well make this recipe. This is not how I normally eat. We're not big eaters of marshmallows. Well, my husband is, but he tries not to be. But I'm going to cut the recipe in half because the original recipe is going to make about 4.5 pounds, and I don't need 4.5 pounds of date roll. So I'm going to cut the recipe in half, but I thought I'd make it and try it and see how it was just for fun. I'm having a good time. There's kind of a series of recipes that I'm doing from this cookbook when something strikes my interest and it seems like it would be an interesting thing to make. So yeah, date nut rolls from 1925 or, probably more likely sometime in the 1940s. Let's get started. you guys, these have been in my fridge for more than a couple of days because life. This was the larger of the two, and we've actually eaten the smaller one, which tells you something about them. The original recipe called for, once you get these into a log, rolling them in crumbs, and I did not do that, so these are quite sticky, which is not ideal. But good flavor. Yeah, quite interesting. The marshmallows are really the main sweetener, although there's sugar in the graham crackers as well. Losing. I think because these have been sitting, these marshmallows have absorbed a little bit of moisture. And so they're extra sticky. But here's our log, and I'm just going to slice this whole thing. I'm using a serrated knife here. And again, very sticky. But really not bad flavor at all. Very sweet. I don't eat a lot of dates. I'm not somebody who just snacks on dates. I don't love them in a lot of things. I probably could have gotten some better distribution there. And so it's interesting. You don't really notice specifically that you're eating a date when you eat these. It's all just texture. It's texture and sweetness. But they're good. The nuts I used in this was a mixed nut. We have a really good bulk grocery store locally, and they were selling it as like a keto nut blend or something like that. And I think there's peanuts and pepitas and sunflowers and pecans. Probably almonds. So there's a bunch of different nuts in here, which is nice. It's a nice flavor mix. But you can see what these look like. I didn't get the log size exactly the same, so the other one was smaller. This one's a little bit bigger. But yeah, these are kind of, not bad at all. They're too sweet for me. Just in general, I just don't eat things that are this sweet generally. And I think adding a little bit of chocolate to this would be fantastic if you were really going to go for it. Like mini chocolate chips in this would be so yummy. And then I would probably maybe cut the amount of marshmallows. I don't think you need quite this many marshmallows. And that would also cut the sugar by quite a bit if you did that. But yeah, my husband and I have been snacking on them because they've been here, and that's how that stuff works, which is why I don't make things like this very often, because if it's in the house, I eat it. That one's going to fall apart, so this is going to be the one I'm going to taste on camera. Aside from the snacking that I've already been doing. The texture of the nuts is really good. And again, you don't notice you're eating specifically a date because dates are so sugary. And everything's kind of just absorbed, moisture and traded it off. But yeah, delightful. And rolling these in additional graham crackers would probably be advisable. They would be way less sticky if you did that. But an interesting 1925 recipe. And I don't know if I'll make them again just because, marshmallows and dates are not really big in my regular rotation. But if you like this kind of thing, it'd be great for kids. They're quite delicious. So kind of a fun, really old recipe that is worth giving a try. Thanks for watching, Tribe. If you like this kind of content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, leave me a comment, and share. I have new content coming out every week.